This is a Thunder Game Report.
Hi, I'm Randy Renner at Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Thunder clobber the Utah Jazz this afternoon, 116-96. Kevin Durant with 31 points. Russell Westbrook had 19, so KD extends his streak to 38 straight games of at least 25 points. The Thunder limited Utah to just 9 in the first quarter. That set them on their way to the big win here today. We had a chance to talk to head coach Scott Brooks, also Nick Collison and Caron Butler, who was 5 for 5 from deep today.
Well, the defense really set the tone in the first quarter. They shot a low percentage because we were really getting into the basketball. We contested all their shots. 9 points in a quarter, an NBA quarter. That's hard to do. It doesn't happen often, but I thought that set the tempo right there. And then offensively, we were moving the basketball. I thought Russell and KD got us involved and got everybody involved in easy looks. Caron Butler was able to come in and make 5 threes. Nick did a great job of just keeping the ball moving and finding open looks for his teammates. And we hit threes, as we said earlier, thanks to our PR guy that informed me that we've made 9 threes in 11 consecutive games. Now it's 12. So it's good. The ball movement was great tonight.
Charles Thompson, Prairie Broadcasting. Talk a little bit about, I know that Ibaka's been a tremendous force, probably one of the most explosive shot blockers in the NBA right now, but his ability to hit that mid-range jump shot, how does that allow you to kind of diversify a little bit more in your offensive sets?
It's great. He's definitely a two-way player. I think he's the best shot blocker in the league. He's right there with all the defensive player of the year candidates. I thought he's really improved his defense, his off-the-ball defense, his on-the-ball post defense, his pick-and-roll defense was all at a high level, and then he blocks shots and alters shots. I'm biased, but I think he's been doing that all year, and it's a body of work that he's put into that in the last 3 or 4 years. But his ability to make shots is at a high level, 17 feet, 16, 17 feet. It's almost automatic. He's really did a good job the last 2 years of stepping it out to the three-point line. And I think even this year he's taken it to the three-point line, just not corner threes. He can make non-corner threes now. I'm a big fan.
Nick Allison at MA.com. Coach, where has Steven maybe improved the most throughout the course of this season? Are things slowing down for him, as evidenced tonight, another good game from him?
Well, I think, he has a lot of upside that we like, and we're going to continue to develop and work. The game does slow down for every player in this league. Everybody has to go through that. He is no different. It still has work to do, but he puts his time in with our coaches. The coaches do a good job with him. But I like his activity. I like his athleticism. Tonight was a really good game for him. 8 points, eight rebounds.
Valencia King, KKVI, Radio TV. Can you talk about the production of your bench? You got a little bit of something out of everybody tonight, and the importance going into the Spurs game up next.
Well, it's important. It's important. I look at our group and know we have a team full of players that understand how to play, and they're committed to playing the two-way players. So, but with Nick, Fish, Jeremy to beat, and Butler and all the other guys, they come in and give us a nice rhythm to our team. They understand how to play. Like I said, they're committed to being a two-way unit, and it's a good mix. We got some good veterans, good guys that can make shots. It's just a good mix. I like the depth of our team.
Have you liked your ball security lately? I think you've had 14 turnovers, and I think 4 of the last 5.
Well, it's been good. It's important that we take care of the basketball. We feel like as a group, we can shoot nearly 50% as a team. So if we can keep the basketball and get a shot on the basket, that's a good chance for we're going to make it. So, but just taking care of the basketball is important for every team in the league, and we understand that. It's an area that, every now and then it sneaks up on us and hurts us, but it's something that we work on, and we just have to continue to stay focused and taking care of the ball.
Scott, it's 72 degrees outside. It's beautiful. NCAA games are on, and You have another sellout here, and you're beyond 150 on your streak now. Is that just such a consistency? Do you even notice it anymore when you walk in and the place is packed, or would you notice it more if there were a few empty seats?
It's a great question. I think, well, first of all, I don't think myself, our team, our organization take it for granted. We understand that we have a special place to play. We love what they bring. They bring it every night. And there's many times, well, not many times, there's a handful of times where our team, we don't have the energy, but our building gives us that energy to get us over the top, and we appreciate that. I mean, they're great. I'm just going around the city and seeing all of our fans, the support that we have. It's overwhelming at times, and we're thankful for it, and we appreciate it, and hopefully it continues for a long time.
Before you actually got settled here, Scott, but you knew you were headed here, does this substantially exceed what you expected? Or do you think after time maybe it might wane a little bit?
Well, you knew going into it that we were going to get a lot of support. Just we're a new team, an NBA team in town, but it's been a great marriage. Our players really believe in the community, in our organization. It starts from our ownership group. There's a lot of civic pride in our organization, and we take pride in being men of character on the court and off the court. We're not perfect, but we try to set a great example every night, and we're thankful. We're thankful that we have a great crowd every single night. Doesn't care that it doesn't. I mean, any day of the week, they're out there supporting us.
Coach Andrew Gilman, Fox Southwest. I'll try to follow that. Won't be easy. As good as you guys have been offensively, like you talked about, and again tonight, defensively, the first quarter was good, but where are your concerns with the consistency in defense? Because you had those two 30-point quarters that you gave up.
I mean, that's a great question. It's we're always striving to have defensive execution for 48 minutes. It's a challenge for every team in this league. We've been pretty good. Our defensive numbers have been good overall for the whole season. We've had some stretches where it hasn't been good, but those are areas that we want to work on and continue to work on. But in a 48-minute game, we want to be consistent with our defensive mentality, our mindset, our disposition. And I thought the three ball in the second quarter hurt us, and then we started fouling. Got them in the bonus in that third quarter. I think they got in the bonus like at the 9-minute mark. So those are areas that we can talk about going into tomorrow's practice.
What did you think of the early tip today? Non-national TV game early tip.
I loved it. I thought Serge did a good job winning the tip.
Something you'd like maybe going forward these 2 p.m. Sunday game?
I love the game. I would have played anytime, anywhere, against anyone, and that's how we are as a team. Anytime's fine with us, as long as we're home and have a great crowd. It's a great day, early game, late game. It's all good.
Nick, the other day when we talked to you in practice, you were talking about how much better you guys needed to get on defense. These last 2 games, you've really gotten off to great starts on the defensive end. What's made the difference?
Our mindset has been better. We've come into these games ready to go, and we've got a lot more possessions where all 5 guys are engaged and mentally into it, and it's been really good, encouraging. The last 2 games have been really encouraging. We want to play at a certain level regardless of who we're playing, regardless of what the score is. I think we've done that last 2.
Is the mentality the main factor, or there's some physical things you guys are doing better too? Seem like not getting sucked in and leaving guys open from the 3-point line.
Well, a lot of those mistakes stem when we're not into it mentally. Usually there's a breakdown when we're having to make a really difficult closeout. Usually there's a breakdown somewhere else. So if we're good at the very beginning of possession, at the point of where the play begins, we usually don't have to make a really tough closeout at the end of the play. So I think we're doing a good job of playing a good 5-man defense, and it's showing on the scoreboard.
Another 26 assists tonight. What's been going so well on the offensive end, moving the ball?
Well, I think we're getting to our spots. We're running our offense hard, and that makes the passes easier to recognize. And when you're playing in space, the reads are simple and the passes are easy, and then the shots are easier. I think when we're not getting to our spots, we're running through things slowly. We're not playing crisp offensive basketball. there's no room for anything, and that's when the turnovers come and we don't get good shots.
As a guy who consistency's obviously been real important to you, you talk about the significance of Kevin having 38 straight with 25 or more, how difficult that is. Put that in perspective.
Yeah, it's obviously very difficult because no one else can do it. I think for us it's such a luxury to know we're going to have some offense, at least 20 or 25, 30 points coming from him, and our job now is to be able to execute so he gets easy ones, and then because there's always going to be times where he's going to have to create something himself, but we don't want him to have to do that the whole game and take difficult shots. But he's playing great. He's played great all year, and we need him to keep it up.
It seems like the points come pretty easily for this team. Obviously, there's a lot of high-powered offensive guys. Is the defensive inconsistencies from time to time, is that frustrating to you? Do you feel like this is still a defensive team first?
Well, we know we need to be a defensive team first because we have the ability to do that. We have the ability to score and also defend. And usually if we defend well and we're not taking the ball out of bounds every time, it helps our offense too, because we can get out and run and we can flow into offense and get better shots. But we know when in the playoffs, defense is what's going to do it for us, and we want to be consistent.
You guys have a few days now to maybe rest up a little bit and get ready for the Spurs. Do you like that, or would you prefer to get after them maybe on Tuesday instead of Thursday?
Well, the schedule is what it is. There's some days it gives you a ton of rest like this. Some days it's brutal with 4 games of 5 nights. I think for us, we can use rest and preparation. It'll be good for us. And sometimes there's something to that where when you're playing well, you want to just keep going. But it's the way it is. And San Antonio, I believe, might be coming on a back-to-back. I'm sure they would, if you gave them the choice, they'd love the rest instead of back-to-back. So there's really nothing you can do about the schedule. So we'll just be ready to play when game time comes.
When there's a game, I think it's tomorrow night, isn't it? Indiana and Spurs. Is that tomorrow night?
Yeah.
When that airs on television, do you sit down like he and I would sit down and watch intently, or do you just watch what's presented to you by the coaches?
Usually if I'm home, I'll watch the team we're going to play. But the important thing is that we'll have a scouting report from coaches, and we'll have clips that we'll watch. So it's not something that every single time we play a team I'm at home watching because
when you have the opportunity, like you will.
Yeah. When I have the opportunity, I usually try to. I think it helps.
You guys have won a division 3 straight years, and as early as Wednesday, you can wrap up the 4th straight title. Could you just put that in perspective, what it means to you and this team?
Yeah, it's a big deal. I think sometimes that gets overshadowed, but I think we need to be proud of that. It's a hard, difficult accomplishment. We've played well. We've played well here now for a while, but we don't ever want to take that for granted. So it's a big deal. We want to push and get that done because it's home court in the first round, which we need, and it's a good accomplishment. So it's a big deal for us.
There hasn't been. Like we were talking about with Coach Brooks, today's 70 degrees. It's a beautiful day. There's NCAA games on television, and yet you have another sellout here. And it's been 3 or 4 years since there was an empty seat in here. Can you just talk about, did you expect this level of sustained support at a sellout level?
Yeah, well, I've always said that the best thing about our fans is how consistent they are. They come out every single night. It could be like you said today, there's a day game and nice day. There's other things to do, but they still come out. Sometimes when the weather's terrible and it'd be easy to stay home, they still come out. So we really appreciate that. It helps us a lot knowing that when we play at home, we're going to have great fan support, and it makes it a lot of fun.
4 starts, 6 and 9, holding the 9 points. What was the key in that first period?
Just coming out with a defensive mindset. Once again, I think we did a good job of just worrying about what we do and not worrying about who we're playing, just going out and playing our brand of basketball.
Another really hot shooting night for you guys, 26 assists also. What's been working offensively for you all to get good looks?
Just passing the ball, passing the guys when they're open. Obviously, guys are doing a great job of making some shots, but I think we're doing a good job of giving them the ball where people like to score.
How important was it keeping Gordon Hayward in check in the first half?
Not that it wasn't that important, man. I think for us, it could have been, anybody. But I think for us, it's about team defense and what we do as a team, and just worry about what we can do to stop the other team.
Russ, you said you personally needed to step up on defense in practice last week. How do you feel you've done these last 2 games?
Better, stepped up better, man. I feel like we got to start the game off better defensively, and I thought we done it the last 2 games, and we just got to continue to keep it going.
Hey, Russ, this wraps up your division schedule with Utah today. You guys have won 3 straight division titles, and this week could be 4. Just what does that consistency mean to you?
Man, that's tough to do. I mean, I don't really know how many teams have won 4 divisions in a row. I mean, since probably in a long time, and I mean, you can't never take that for granted. I think the guys and the coaching staff and the organization done a great job of putting us a team together to have us opportunity to win games. So it's a good opportunity for us. Hopefully we can take care of it.
Yeah, obviously you guys got bigger goals than the division, but do you look at that as stepping in the
Definitely,
right direction?
man. Definitely. You can't never look past that, man. Whenever it's something to win, we want to win it. I mean, if you want to win a division, you got to go win it. Obviously, we want to win a championship, but you got to go step by step to win it. So
I think that's been key.
Now tonight, it seemed like you guys got away from defense in that second and third quarter. What was happening?
We did a good job initially of rotations and stuff, and they had a set play that was causing us a little trouble, and we just had to get a little communication in the huddle and learn about just talk about what we wanted to get done and accomplish and the shot that we wanted them to take, and I thought we did a good job making the adjustment on the fly.
Oklahoma leads the series between the Spurs. Spurs are coming in here on Thursday. What do you guys need to do to get the win?
Just continue to play our brand of basketball and play with a lot of energy and effort and do a good job defensively, stay on the same accord, and we'll be fine. Thanks.
What was working for you tonight? Shooting the ball, 5 for 5 from threes.
Just playing off, one of the best players in the game, Caron and Russ, and just getting the open spots and not only getting to the spots, but just getting my legs up under me and knocking down the shot.
Carlisle had an interesting quote about you last week. Just said your game raises to an even higher level when you're relied upon consistently. You kind of feel that way too. Seems like you're getting good open shots within the flow of this offense.
Yeah, definitely. Coach, is telling me this to, stay aggressive and, get to my spots and, take advantage of the opportunities, and, I welcome that.
There's a lot of UConn connections in this locker room. I know you've had to talk about it.
That's what I was waiting for. Y'all talking about the game. I thought y'all was talking about the game.
I went to UConn too.
Okay.
Just what does it mean to see your former team, back in the Final Four?
That's special. That's extremely special, and I'm happy for those guys. Even happier for Kevin Ollie and just the way he imposes will on the organization, and I'm happy for Shabazz and Boatwright and all those guys, and they have a great opportunity to win it all.
3 UConn guys in this locker room. Just how unique of a situation is that? I mean, talk about that.
It's very unique, and we had Joe Sharp, at UConn as well, who was the head trainer at the time, and now he's the head trainer here. So, that's extremely special. We have 4 UConn guys, and somehow, some way, we're gonna impose our will to get down there to Dallas.
You obviously have a lot of experience in the league. How have you been able to kind of help Lamb and Thabit in this locker room and just kind of be a mentor? I would think that they would naturally kind of just look to you for that.
Yeah, just talking about my adversities and what I experienced, and help them through. If a shot don't fall, or just stay confident, stay consistent, and they roll with it, and it don't fall on deaf ears. So I appreciate that and the respect that they give me.
You guys all played at different times, but the one thing that you have in common is you were coached by a Hall of Famer. Just how has Jim Calhoun, obviously you came to UConn already a man with all the things that you've went through, but how did he help in your development as a player and a man just through that time?
I thought he did a great job of teaching us the business of basketball and teaching us how to be a professional on and off the court, and teaching us to always be prepared and and be consistent and keep the same disposition night in and night out. And, that's why I think UConn guys has been successful. And then we always come back and, formed a true brotherhood. So every summer we deal with each other, we see each other, and, we're very familiar with one another.
Last question for you. I heard you saying a phrase in the locker room before today's game. Can you repeat that?
Oh, yeah, okay, I got you. Whenever you think you can't, you can't.